And the first one comes from the older tours with Ghost Guide James. Now, if you never had the pleasure of seeing Ghost Guide James or George in action, this is the infancy of the ghost walks. This was even before I started doing the tours regularly. They were just killing it, pun intended. So they come into these buildings, these locations we do, and they would just do so well. Very dramatic, two actors, James Pettit, who is now in the city of Toronto. Last I heard, I think he's a knight at medieval times, and he's killing it for that too. And then George Sanford, who is a classically trained actor, coming in. He was a very first tour guide, ghost guide, that I ever hired to do the tours. So Ghost Guide James, he's preparing himself for the Custom House tour. It is going back to the early 2000s. And what we did is, if you walk into the building, to the left, there's their gift shop. And behind the gift shop, there's this room with this nice display. Beautiful lit up display. So we'd have the display in the middle of the room. We could hide the guides behind the display so that we can cordon off that room. And at the beginning, they could go prepare there. So when people were wandering around, they couldn't get into the room. It was perfect. So we set James up in there. It's the later tour of the night. He's by himself. And he said that there was a light. So the room he's in is dark. And the light from the display is on, which is shining on the walls, but it's still dark everywhere else. And he said it was a light from the hallway that was coming into the room. And he's sitting there just kind of going over the lines in his head. And something told him that he needed to open his eyes and look up. So when he opens his eyes and looks up, he said in the beam of light that was shining in from the hallway, he saw the shape of a woman. So he saw the head, the shoulders, and then the dress kind of billowing out at the bottom. And she just stood there stick still. Now, just to put it as a side note, no, there wasn't anybody in the group that night who was dressed in an old-fashioned lady's dress with the puffed-out skirt. That wasn't there. So he sees this, knowing full well there's something to it. And how still, it was almost like, like a statue. How still she was standing there. And then as he's staring, just kind of, your mind kind of goes through the motions of trying to rationalize these situations. And then the minute the rationalization stopped, he realized what he was. The image just fades away. And then there's nothing there. So my thoughts on this is a simple experience. And how he felt in the moment, it was very disturbing energy in the moment. Even when he was trying to go through it. I mean, he was freaked out by what he was seeing. Her stock stillness, her not moving at all, tells me it was just an appearance to kind of, set him off. Maybe she wasn't with the tours at the time, didn't like having them inside the building, so it could have been her way of throwing him off so that he would screw up, and maybe, I don't know, you don't know what ghosts are thinking. But that could have definitely been a part of it. But from that point forward, James was a little bit more tense in that building. It didn't affect his performance. I mean, it was always an amazing ghost guide, but it did kind of throw him off in that moment. So, I mean, if you think of it from that point of view, maybe the Dark Lady, she succeeded.